I know more rain possible, freezing rain, mind you, which means the power outages you've experienced, you might get a bit more. Into Carolina we go, the Palmetto State being affected, the Tar Heel State of North Carolina being affected, and then into the Ohio Valley, and yes, back in the Northeast. Those are your alerts for the time being. But in Chicago, we're going to tap dance with the sunshine. It's going to be a dance that will involve temperatures mainly in the 30s, cloudy skies today, then on Tuesday. That's right, Tuesday, we could have a wintry mix switching over to rain later on. Then by Wednesday, drier air comes through, but take a look. Another polar plunge going with 16 degrees, Kate. Plenty of sunshine, not what they want to deal with. But in speaking of the polar plunge, we're going to have more on that story coming up, and also who benefits from this very, very good event, and it's going to also warm your heart. We could use a little bit of that, couldn't we? I sure could. Let's send it back to you in the warm studio, Kate.
Yeah, Reynolds, this morning we're trying to give you a sense of hopefulness, even though we do have 2 major winter storms right now, and you have to change your plans with them. Spring is soon. It's just not yet.
Not yet, and winter is holding on as best it can. Let's look around parts of Pennsylvania and Ohio. We've got some heavy snow coming down. Several inches have already been reported in some of these locations in eastern Ohio. It is moving steadily toward the east, and south of that, we have some freezing rain. This is the part that I like the least, I think, out of all of it. Look at North Carolina right now. The radar is telling us that there's a lot of freezing rain coming down in that purple shading, which means rain falling from the clouds and freezing on the contact of the surfaces, which are at or below 32 degrees. So look at some of these places. I mean, Fayetteville, Raleigh, Greensboro, Hickory, Charlotte, all reporting freezing rain. Not a ton. I picked up some of this observation here. This one's near Raleigh, where there's only a thin glaze of ice on the metal and the elevated objects. That's at the Weather Service office there. But I imagine out to the west and out to the south, and soon in the RDU, Raleigh-Durham area, you will see more freezing rain. So watch out for even some significant accumulations there over the next couple of hours. Farther to the west, it's snowing pretty hard. 6 inches plus has been reported in and near the Champaign, Illinois area. Indianapolis, probably about the same now. A few hours ago, it was 4. I know it's probably closer to 6 now. Out to the west, in southwestern Illinois, just to the east of St. Louis, 7.5 inches. That was also about an hour and a half ago. So some of these reports will be updated soon, and there are going to be some pretty high totals coming in. Moving it off toward the northeast, you can see we have that freezing rain. That's the pink stuff that moves into parts of Maryland and even southern Jersey later on this afternoon, but should be all gone by tomorrow morning's rush. But I still think we'll be left with some cold, snowy, and icy conditions in its wake. This is how much more is to come there in the Midwest, and this is how much is coming for you of snow in the Northeast. Not much south of D.C. That's where I'm more concerned about the ice. Kate, back to you.
Right, so that's very late. Yeah. That's Sparta, but we have a whole nother winter storm to talk about, Dr. Postel, which we're going to be hitting on hard this weekend. So ahead on AMHQ weekend, non-stop winter storms are adding up to some trouble. A big rig and a bus mix it up on Interstate 44 in Missouri. This chain reaction mess is the result. Coming up, we're going to count the dented cars and banged up drivers.
19. Are you still getting heart